Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Monday, September 27th, 2021, winding down the month of September. We're back for another week. Going to see how, of course, this monthly candle closes. It sure is approaching fast. Will we hang on to this 42-ish zone? Going to check in on that weekly candle, which just closed, and let me tell you, it's a hell of a weekend. Although I can't say... Yeah, I couldn't say you guys weren't warned. I'm pretty sure Jason's last words on the stream on Saturday were like, be careful, it's volatile. The weekend will probably end up more or less where we left on Friday with a bunch of roller coaster groups and drops along the way. What do you think about that, Jason?
I think that's pretty spot on, bud. I mean, we closed pretty close to the exact same place that we closed on Friday with a bunch of volatility in between. And if you were playing those lower time frames, you might have got caught.
Indeed. Let's go on just to kind of show everybody the volatility, which of course you can see a lot of wiki action. This is the chart on the daily, but I'm going to put it down to the hourly to show you guys what happened over the weekend. Let's go back a little bit. Yeah, this was over the weekend here. We had a dump that took us all the way down to 40,700-ish before...
40,200.
Let me see here. This on Bybit went down to 40. Either way, went down to 40K, guys. It was quite the sell-off over the weekend, and then you can see this is the hourly chart. Within the 2 hours, we had bounced. A breadth of this move was a little over 7%. So quite the move, guys. Quite the bounce, and the volatility just doesn't seem to let up over the weekend. You were warned, and here we are. We closed the weekly, and I don't know, Jason. We'll get Jason's thoughts on this. He's going to hop in the hot seat today.
Absolutely.
Alex wasn't. Well, Alex was game. Alex was here. He's back, and I was looking forward to hearing from him this Monday afternoon. But
Power issues.
his power went out right before the stream was going to start. But he might hop in here as soon as power is restored. We'll wait patiently for Alex. So there is that. Otherwise, yeah, a bit of volatility to update you on, and of course some news that we're going to get into in just a minute. Of course, in a few minutes from now, we're also going to get into the bubbles. We'll check in on the alt space, see how it's faring today before we take a look, of course, at the audience. Yeah, the audience chat. You guys remember that 50? Oh, I think it was actually $100. $100 Mr. Ether gave away on Friday. Shoutouts to the winner. I think Anyword and Crypto Bull walked away with 50 bucks in crypto apiece. Hopefully they claimed it over the weekend from Mr. Ether. Big shout out to Mr. Ether. It was good having him on the stream for the giveaway. Gotta get Mr. Ether back on here sometime. What else do we have to cover? Yeah, we're gonna get into the main analysis. Jason will do a little bit of a daily scan. We'll check in on the crypto and other major markets before we get into your requests. All right. We got about an hour or so ahead of us. So let's get into it, guys. I got quite a bit of news to cover today. I'll try not to drag it out the way I did on Friday, but bear with me. Got some news here to fill out some time with, and a bit of stuff to cover. Here is a piece from Forbes titled, "If Bitcoin is digital gold, then Ethereum is digital silver," says Deutsche Bank. As Bitcoin continues to show remarkable resilience in the wake of a renewed clampdown in China, Deutsche Bank has updated its research material on the crypto sector, drawing parallels not only between Bitcoin and gold, but also between Ethereum and silver. Marian Labor, senior economist and market strategist at Deutsche Bank, made the comparisons on a new research page outlining her perspective on the world's two most valuable digital currencies. Quote from this piece says, history shows that humans have always had a strong willingness to store their money in an asset which is different from the day-to-day working arrangements of governments and authorities. She said in her remarks about the concept of safe haven assets, which have a limited supply and, of course, not have their value manipulated by central banks. So she continues, until recently, gold has been this primary asset. So I could envision Bitcoin to be a kind of digital gold where people can store their value as well. All right, and then, of course, the article continues. These are very familiar, I think, talking points to most of us. But, of course, this is a Forbes piece and being kind of distilled to the normies. So talking about Bitcoin being the pioneer, and indeed Ethereum having a bit more of a utility, more day-to-day practical use, and therefore the silver to Bitcoin's gold. I will, of course, leave a link below if you want to take a closer look at this Forbes piece. Bitcoin gold and Ethereum silver. Hopefully you guys have stacked your digital precious metals accordingly for this next run. Let's go ahead and get into this next piece from Bitcoinist titled, "Why Bitfinex Paid $27 Million for an Ethereum Transaction." What happened? Hey, Jason, did you hear about this?
I did not hear about this.
Somebody must have fat-fingered. I'm going to read the article and find out. But basically, somebody spotted the transaction on the network. That miner was able to snap up $27 million Ethereum gas fee.
That's crazy. How is that even possible?
Somebody fat-fingered the gas at Bitfinex. Let's go have a look. In another Monday in crypto, users reported that Bitfinex paid a single miner the astonishing sum of $23 million to validate an Ethereum transaction. What could potentially be the largest fee an Ethereum miner has ever received to validate a block? The reasons behind it remain as pure speculation. The crypto exchange sent about $100,000 in its USDT stablecoin. Therefore, the community believes someone at Bitfinex made a very costly mistake. As seen below, the transaction was included at the current block height of this thing. And yes, here it is. There is the visual with 898 confirmations at the time of this writing, which means, it's 800 plus blocks have been stacked on top of it. So it's set and its fate is sealed. The fee amounts to about 7,600 ethers. Let's see here. Someone tracked down the transaction and believes the person was unaware of this potential mistake, and it worked in the miner's favor. The miner that minted the $23 million fee block seems to be continuing with their periodic, mostly automated transferring to Binance. Doubt he's even aware of this yet. would not discount him returning a portion of the fees, assuming he's lured to the events that have transpired. All right, so this particular miner seems to have, like, I guess regular business with Binance. So, it's possible once this miner becomes aware, might even return it, as someone might speculate.
I doubt it.
I wouldn't either, but I don't know. Maybe there's a kind of honor, among the infrastructure managers where, I don't know, maybe it'd be appropriate. That'd be a tough one. That'd be a tough one. Part of me, the honorable part of me would be like, you know what? This was maybe a mistake. Let's try to work something out with Bitfinex. On the other half, part of it, it's like, fuck Bitfinex. I mind this honestly. This is mine. This is my reward. You guys don't deserve shit. I don't know. Give away some to charity? Not too sure. But let's continue here. Bitfinex does not issue a statement regarding transaction fee. However, the Twitter handle exchanged a comment here. Blah blah blah. Retweeted the statement. Yeah, the DEX was one of the entities that involved in the Ethereum transaction. They claimed a hardware wallet from the main user recorded an erroneously high gas fee. So well, that's about what you'd expect, right? Somebody put the wrong, maybe set up custom gas and entered some ridiculous value in there that they shouldn't. Things happen, right? People are in a rush maybe on Monday morning at the office and they're like, oh crap, I gotta get this $100,000 out the door, quick. The boss is gonna kill me. I told him I'd do this on Friday. And
7 million.
And next, hey boss, that transaction I neglected to send on Friday? Don't worry, I just sent it. Oh, by the way, I also put an extra 20-something million in gas on top of it. Sorry, bro. My bad.
Sorry, bro.
I don't know how you talk your way out of this one. What a cock up. Probably the biggest transaction fee in Ethereum history. Mistakes happen. Pays to be a miner on a day like this. U.Today piece titled "What Will Bitcoin Look Like in 2100?" Gavin Anderson releases a sensational essay. Founder of the Bitcoin Foundation publishes an eccentric essay to foresee the not-so-distant future of the first cryptocurrency. All right, I've often daydreamed about this myself. Where will Bitcoin be in 100 years? Well, a little less than 100 years now. 80 years.
Don't gotta go that far. Go 10.
End of the century. Well, no, 100 years is interesting because, yes, indeed, in 10 years, I still imagine Bitcoin will be on a marvelous ride. But will it finally be displaced in the 100 years, or will it become, like gold, have, be a reigning digital asset for, for millennia to come? That's a good question. So Anderson, of course, which is of course famous Bitcoin dev, published the piece, and in the article it says that by the year 2061, Bitcoin price will reach about $1 million in today's value. That's equal to about 6 million due to inflation. This been wrong? Maybe not. I mean, million to 2060? Might take a while. I thought I was thinking a million might come sooner, but miners may receive negligible. Hold on, something's not right here because it's 6 million due to inflation. So how can 1 million to a 6? Does this mean 1 billion? I think this, might be a typo in this article. So Bitcoin's price will be about $1 billion USD in today's value, which would be equal to about 6 million due to inflation. All right, that sounds more reasonable. Yeah, Gavin Anderson. Questionable guy, questionable dude. Miners will receive negligible rewards per block, plus ultra-high transaction fees, 5 Bitcoin for 4,000 transactions. I see. The network becomes slow, extremely expensive, and therefore heavily whale-dominated. As such, most Bitcoin will be locked in multi-sig storage. Real transactions will occur in between Bitcoin-pegged synthetic tokens and other chains, not unlike the way Wrap Bitcoin and Run Bitcoin work. Only super-rich whales will be able to transact. Bitcoin network will be used by centralized exchanges and miner entities. They'll be interested in maintaining the network as they receive all the fees they pay. Blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on, guys. Here's how whales will shut down Bitcoin. In the next 50 years, Bitcoin network will become even slower and more expensive. Miner rewards will drop to zero. Whales may start shutting the network down. They'll abandon the bridges between Bitcoin and other blockchains and send Wrap Bitcoins destroying addresses. So therefore, nothing is secure. The network will stop for good. Wow. So it's a bit of got even a bit of FUD-ish science fiction in there. Well, 100 years. I mean, yeah, if you were to plot out 100 years of possible Bitcoin trajectories, some of them might in fact include failure, of course. So Gavin Anderson.
I just want to know how the world is in 100 years, not even just the way we transact.
Yeah, it's a good question. Are we
Like,
even?
imagine 20 years ago thinking about this. Like 100 years from now, Jesus.
Are we even gonna make it? Right? I'm not too sure.
We'll have the neural links fully installed by then.
Yeah, no kidding. You'll have your pod living permanently assigned to you by the machine government. Well, let's go ahead and get into the next piece, guys. Bear with me one second here. Links, of course, will be in the description below, including to that essay of Gavin Anderson's if you want to take a closer look at what the sci-fi future might hold for Bitcoin. All right, let's have a look here. This one comes from me today. Today as well. U.S. senators introducing a bill aimed at catching up with global crypto regulations. U.S. senators have introduced a new bill to prevent the U.S. from falling behind other countries when it comes to crypto regulations. More regulations introduced on the floor, huh? So Democrat here from New Hampshire, Maggie Hassan, and Joni Ernst, Republican from Iowa, have introduced a bipartisan bill whose purpose is to get America up to speed with crypto regulations around the world. The legislation will require the U.S. Treasury Department to report on the state of the crypto regulatory landscape around the globe. In her statement, Hassan claims that Treasury has to gain a better understanding of how the novel asset class is impacting global finance. She also called on the attention to the security risk posed by crypto, particularly mentioning supply chains in the wake of recent cyber security attacks on the pipelines, yes, and the meat producers. Blah, blah, blah. I'm glad to partner with, okay, it doesn't even matter. So really, there's only two real matters. Not really a substantial piece of legislation here. Merely, one would be requiring the Treasury Department to submit a report, right, on global regulatory landscape, and as well as gain a better understanding of this, how it's impacting the global
to Iowa to change the world.
And of course, cyber attacks on supply chains. All right, nothing too revolutionary here, but nonetheless, two U.S. senators tabling something in the domain of crypto. Never a boring day. Let's have a look at this piece from the Block Crypto. Ethereum researcher Virgil Griffith pleads guilty to sanction violations. Yes, this is a little update. Maybe one of the last ones in this story that we've covered. And of course, the Ethereum researcher Virgil Griffith has pleaded guilty to the start of his trial, in the Southern District of New York. This is, of course, the Ethereum developer who was formally indicted for allegedly giving a talk in North Korea on blockchain and cryptocurrencies, which violated U.S. sanctions laws. At the time, U.S. Attorney said that Griffith allegedly provided highly technical information to North Korea, knowing that his information could be used to help North Korea launder money and evade sanctions. Yes, so Griffith, of course, famously traveled to North Korea, gave a presentation on something technical related to Ethereum, smart contract development, and, the government indicted him for supporting, an enemy state. Sanctioned enemy state. So the guilty plea, let's see here. What does he have? Griffith charged with conspiracy to violate International Emergency Economic Powers Act. He faces a max of 20 years. He took a plea with a maximum of 6.5 years, and the guilty plea itself came on the first day of the trial. Okay, so he'll be sentenced on January 3rd. My man, Griffith, highly unfortunate what happened to you. Best of luck, I guess. Hopefully sentencing goes well and this guy gets out in a timely basis. At least he's not doing 20 years. Oof. There you go. Gotta know how to stay out of trouble.
You gotta stay out of North Korea. That's how you do it.
Indeed. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, Alex showed up. That's why my OBS went off. Yo, Alex.
Oh.
He's
back.
Alex, my man.
And he's muted.
Probably muted. No problem. Just bear with me, guys. 1 second. I am just gonna make a few quick adjustments here on screen. Now that Alex is here, we're gonna unhide his icon, shall we? And here we go. All right, Alex, you are all slotted in, and now we're just gonna get Jason in here. All right.
Yep.
Everything is right in the world once again, guys. So let's continue one more news piece or two, and we'll get into the next segment. Just 20 minutes into the show. JP Morgan CEO says Bitcoin price could rise 10x, but still won't buy it. Banking mogul Jamie Dimon has been notorious detractor of Bitcoin since 2017, and in contrast, his firm's overt desire to capitalize from one of the best growth cases in the space. In an online interview with the Times of India, Jamie Dimon, CEO of investment behemoth JP Morgan, slandered Bitcoin's popular appeal despite stating that the digital asset could increase as much as 10x in a matter of 5 years. Yeah, this is pretty much what I'm thinking. I expect to see a 10x within 5 to 10 years on Bitcoin. And indeed, Diamond's still critiquing it. I get it though. I bag on things too. You know, sometimes we make fun of XRP around here, or Hex, or Cardano, or something else, and that stuff still pumps like crazy to the moon from time to time. So I, as much as I don't like Diamond, I can kind of empathize with this. You know, you're going to bitterly admit this asset's riding it up, and you're still not going to join the party. I get it.
It's like people on Warren Buffett. Like he's old enough at this point to where I'm like, I don't think he even cares to change his mind. Like
exactly, they're already rich and old enough.
Nope, I made it this way.
Yep. Yeah, I get it. Once you're rich enough, you can afford to look your nose up at certain things. It's a case of sour grapes, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to have an about face this late into the game, of course. So let's see here. I don't really care about Bitcoin, said Diamond. I think people waste too much time and breath on it. But is it going to be regulated, and will it constrain it to some extent? But whether it eliminates it, I have no idea. I don't personally care. I'm not a buyer of Bitcoin. That does not mean it can go 10 times in price in the next 5 years, was his statement. All right, Diamond, enough of him. Any updates on the Evergrande reckoning in China? Cryptocurrencies got caught up in fears of the potential collapse of Evergrande, one of China's largest real estate developers, which swept through global markets on Monday. Troubled property firm alerted banks they would be unable to make debt payments worth about $300 billion due this month, sparking a sharp drop. How much is this really new information? Not a whole lot. Alright, I'm going to skip this article because I'm low on time anyway. Let me see here. Vitalik Buterin reveals what to expect from Ethereum in this piece from ZY Crypto. We are at the finish line, says Vitalik. Huh. We're really that close to 2.0? I am impressed. The founder of Ethereum is not often...
Hey, you can hear me?
Yep, what's up, bro?
We can hear
Hey,
you.
I fixed the thing.
Nice.
Sorry, guys. It's a new computer.
Back.
We're still working out bugs.
Oh,
You got a new computer, did you?
I did. Well, the last one was... on death's door. It didn't, Wi-Fi didn't work anymore on it. Jesus. And then the USB port stopped working, so my workaround of putting a USB Wi-Fi thing in there stopped working. So I was like tethered to the wall.
Wow.
With a Ethernet cable. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're overdue for a new piece of hardware, bro. Congrats. Welcome back.
Well, now we're in higher definition than ever, so we may have to change the screen a little bit when we do TA later.
No problem. Leave that to me. Sounds like you're excited and rearing to go.
Yeah.
Well then, Alex will be in fact heading up some TA today. Jason, fall back. Damn, shots fired. All right. I'm just gonna cover another news story or two, Alex, and we're gonna be getting into the next segment. Let's have a look here. Yes. So the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik, not usually open to interviews, but he's been vocal on Twitter and seeing the level of work going on with Ethereum developers to bring the goal of 2.0 to life, it's understandable that the founder, the second most valuable currency by market cap, is almost always on his toes. However, he's since broken his silence in a recent interview where he answered some of the most asked questions about the network upgrade. Having completed the recent London fork, Buterin is certain that there isn't very much holding back the network, hinting that the network is only a few easy steps away from wrapping up the upgrade, and he writes, "We are on the finish line to the march. I don't think that the most important thing right now is that London is behind us. Like, there's basically nothing else that is right in front of us that lots of people are putting their souls into and focusing on." He continues to say that London Fork, in addition to correctly proving out the burn and correctly proving that it manages to increase the user experience efficiency of sending transactions, proves to the world that Ethereum ecosystem is not just vaporware and that it's flexible enough to make big changes. Well, I'll grant him certainly that. It's not vaporware anymore.
I don't think anybody's particularly pleased with the London fork, especially because the miners get less money, retail ends up paying higher gas fees still somehow.
Indeed. But to him, maybe this is just like a necessary, growing pain as they move toward 2.0. And maybe it's some weird way he rationalizes it as, no, this is better for the end user, right? I'm sure they're telling that themselves.
Look, I guess I understand that. I don't understand what the purpose is of setting fire to the money instead of giving it to the miners. Like, you might as well at least give it to the miners. They can spend it somewhere. I mean, I just don't. Yeah, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It's about, curtailing expectations now on the transition toward 2.0. Get them to tighten their belts in prep for the move. Something to that effect. But let's see here. Speaking on the milestone achieved in the upgrade, he says, for me, it definitely feels like it's much easier to send a transaction and get it acquitted in one block, and I don't have to worry about adjusting gas fees anymore. I don't know. Even before London Hard Fork, I didn't really have a problem with my transactions not going through. All right, so basically, let's see here. In early as 2020, it was common Bitcoin maximalist position that the merge will never happen. Let's see, what merge is he talking about? Oh, it was. I'm guessing the merge between 2.0 and the Genesis chain. So it was a common Bitcoin maximalist position that the merge will never happen. Since then, they've obviously moved on to other arguments, and they've embraced the proof of stake will help him, but that it is bad. All right, so he's pushing back on some of the Bitcoin maxi arguments out there, guys, which is something you've heard me state in the past. The move to 2.0 will take forever, highly experimental, it's not proven, and they're being way too bullish on the timeline. Might take a decade, up to a decade to move over, but basically the sum of this article is Vitalik rebuking guys like me who think it's going to take very long. And I'll grant them this: the progress has been swift. Will we see the 2.0 and sharding roll out in less than 2 years, post 10? I guess Vitalik will wait and see.
He seems happy about it. He doesn't usually talk to people that often.
Precisely, yeah. Granting a rare interview. Let's see here. Morgan Stanley Fund increases stake in Grayscale. Yes, Morgan Stanley's Europe Opportunity Fund has reportedly added another $2 million.
We got Alex here now. Alex, did you hear about that $27 million gas fee?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
No problem. Bitfinex. Somebody at Bitfinex sent 100K worth of USDT. Must have fat fingered the gas fee though. Somehow attached $23 million worth of gas to the transaction.
Did they get paid back?
Not yet. The miner it looks like the miner has automated his most of his operations, so might not even be aware that he collected this gigantic fee. Somebody fat fingered, and it's a pretty ugly Monday for them. All right.
For sure.
Anything else I got to cover in news? Are we ready to get into the next segment? Who will be terminating services for Chinese users? Yes, about what you expect, guys. Including, I heard a statement earlier from CZ saying Binance will absolutely not serve anyone in China, etc., etc. So yes, here's just another exchange, really clamping down on the Chinese front. Yeah, the China banned Bitcoin for real this time, guys. For realsies. Where? Yep. All right, that's enough news for today, guys. I've gone on long enough. It's 1:30. Let's get into the next segment, guys, and that's a quick look at the bubbles. Put on in the alt space, and well, it's mostly red, but a few outliers. Looking pretty good today. CTC Credit Coin steaming along at an 18% up day. Luna up 10% today. And a few others making single-digit gains. Phantom, Quant, Filecoin, DYDX, XTC, and Ren. Monero 2 all putting in about 5 to 8% moves. Not too shabby. Everything else, though, is down about single digits. Among the big losers today is Uni's down nearly 7%. Tesla's down nearly 9%. Atom and Mana down about 6-ish or more percent. Mixed bag today. Bitcoin up. Bitcoin, how sideways is Bitcoin? Let's switch my chart here. Yeah, basically we're pretty much right where we left off on the Friday close, I swear. All right, well, there's your brief look at bubbles. Let's go ahead and hop into the voice chat. Who's kicking it with us this Monday afternoon? Where's my CC audience at? Here they are. Big shout outs to Anyword, first in the chat here on DLive this morning. Anyword also on YouTube. Nice. Anyword chatting multi-platform. Cavano Trades, howdy. Big shout outs to Cavano Trades. Daniel on YouTube as well. Big shout outs to Daniel. Anywhere it says, I heard Mr. Ether wanted to give me $50 in crypto last show. He did indeed. You won the giveaway. Your request of the week, Darrow, won you the big $50 giveaway. And Crypto Bull 21 correctly guessed it was Darrow, or I guessed it was you as the winner, and he won himself $50. So that's pretty cool. Jordan Stotts. Good day, brothers and sisters. Well, big shout outs to Jordan. Polly B, hey folks, big shout outs to Polly B. Jordan Stotts, have Alex take profits and buy a generator or APC. Oh, good point. Alex, so you were putting up a new computer and your power was out this morning?
Yeah.
Sucks. I do agree, guys. Have a power APC, automated power.
Yeah. I really don't think that would fix the Ethernet.
No, it wouldn't.
You know, it wouldn't fix the Wi-Fi. Like I could have power, and then I would still not be able to like connect and do this.
Yes, indeed. But I still recommend these battery backups, guys. They will save your butt sometimes from losing progress, and you know, inadvertent power offs can sometimes corrupt stuff on your drive, cause a whole bunch of headaches. I do use one, and I do have a generator as well, guys. Always helps to be prepared. Good thinking, Jordan Stotts. Crypto Jenny, hi everyone. Big shout outs to Crypto Jenny on DLive. Dave Rice, hey all, what's going on this lovely Monday? Big shout outs to Deb Rice. Cavano Trades, wow. No, that's what I call a block reward. Yeah, you could say that. Nothing like a $20 million block bonus to retire you maybe from the mining business for good. Crypto Jenny, this is the fattest. Crypto Jenny says this is the biggest, fattest fat fingering of all time. Yes, somebody at MetaMask or whoever set up the wallet, you know, needs to have a little provision in there. It's like, are you sure you want to attach millions of dollars in gas to this?
If it's over $1 million, it should be like, hey buddy, you sure?
Right, but this is why.
It's funny because normally Ethereum has really high gas fees to tell you to not do that thing.
Yeah.
People are just used to them being so high that they just go right through it.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, $12 million Ethereum transaction sounds legit.
That's right.
This is how bad it's gotten. Thank God Vitalik's not listening in. He'd be turning in his grave right now. Be like, I insist, guys. It's more efficient and user friendly than ever before. You can even get you in on a $12 million gas fee. Let's see here. You know, this can make a quality meme, right? Like one of those this and now, then and now kind of meme, like Vitalik stating,
yeah,
look guys, after the London fork, fees will be more user friendly than ever before. And they're like, now.
You just see this article come right after it. It's $27 million.
All right, Eddie Word, can I get in with R? All right, Pirate. Oh, get it in R. He wants Pirate Chain for his $50 prize. Wow, wise thinking. David Rice, a few fingers with a nervous tap. Yes, you make a couple of mistakes, like we already said. Maybe it was a Monday blunder. Somebody got into the office still half awake.
Didn't have their coffee.
Yep, Mr. Ether. What's your disc? Yeah, indeed. Let's see here. Doesn't make any sense, says Cavano Trades. No, it doesn't make any sense, except for the fat finger theory. Any word, $6 million for that would be crazy. Cavano Trades, all the quoted Bitcoin prices account for inflation of fiat already. Double dipping inflation expectations. All right. Any word, Axion jumped quite a bit over the weekend. All right. AXN request, hang tight. Cavano Trades, yo, indeed. Let's see here. Blockchain Gains is with us on YouTube. Been too long now. How is everyone? Well, Blockchain Gains, I swear I haven't seen you in a while, but welcome back to the show. B-Flow says, you snooze, you lose. Yes, sage advice. Electric on DLive. The only possible explanation I could see is ETH burning is when people get hyped for Ethereum being deflationary. Yeah, that's one of them for sure.
I think that's the narrative that they're pushing.
I mean, if I'm not, you know, might be just a happy coincidence, of course. You know, they might have other like technical things in mind. You know, a lot of times the devs aren't entirely concerned with, pumping the price of Ethereum for the investors. They're just mostly, they're mostly looking to build. So it just could be just a happy coincidence that, indeed, in fact, change the token economic model up a bit. Bitcoin maxis like me are suddenly a lot hornier for Ethereum when we see how deflationary things have turned over there. Is it ultimately, the best move for Ethereum? Is it really what this smart contract, global world computer should have as a token economic model? Maybe with the proof of stake, somebody's figured it all out, and indeed this will be successful. But in the meantime, I'm kind of geared up. I think ETH is going to go to the moon with on the back of this new direction. Well, not so new, but them executing on the roadmap. Anywhere doesn't burning Ethereum make the gas fees higher? Yes, kind of, sort of does. But at the same time, pretty soon you're not going to have miners having to do all this work to confirm these transactions. It's going to be a much lighter weight process, and as a consequence, you're not going to need this high of a gas fee. Franklin MC is with us. Blockchain Gain says he smashed the like. Well, thank you. And Lambo Dreams is with us on DLive, writing sup fam. Big sup to Lambo Dreams.
Oh, Lambo.
Going on. That's it. That's everybody shouted out this Monday. You know what we got to do next, right? We're going to hop in to the next segment starring Alex. Alex makes a return to the hot seat on the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update this Monday. Alex, whenever you're ready, let's try out your new screen share on your new laptop. All right, Alex just went live. I've also been battling a bit of an issue with mine, with my OBS and my Discord lately, making the capture a little awkward. I think I might have fixed it over the weekend. I updated my drivers. I think it might have been video card driver related. Let's find out. We will over the next few minutes as I pass the torch over to Alex. In the meantime, give me just one moment to rejig the screen to get Alex on here. 1 second, bear with me here. All right, that's better. We currently have, right now it's working. BTC/USD on the weekly BitMEX chart. Looking forward to seeing the weekly indeed. We just closed and I'm wondering what Alex's thoughts are given the weekly. Just kind of resizing the screen here, but otherwise we are looking mostly lined up. I'm sure our audience also appreciates as
I really wanted to do this before the show, but
it's all
we're
good.
doing it here, so
it's all good.
apologies.
All good. And I was going to say the audience probably might appreciate, as busy as Alex's chart layout is, it's still not as busy as Jason's. So do enjoy the cleaner look of today's chart, guys.
That cleaner.
It's hella cleaner. I mean, looking at Q, we can poll the audience. This might be subjective, but guys, whose chart do you like looking at more? Jason's layout or Alex's layout? Leave your comment.
Autism.
Leave your comment below. All right, Alex, everything's set up. It's all yours. Take it away.
Okay. Not a lot has really changed, guys. So I know there was some kind of interesting price absorption over the weekend where we pushed down and pushed and pushed, and we kind of popped back up. And I know a lot of people were really interested in that price movement. I was kind of curious if it was going to turn really bullish too. But so far, we have not broken the downtrend. We're really just kind of trading sideways at this area. And if you look at the 3-day and the weekly, the higher time frames, it doesn't look that strong.
No, I still think it looks super weak.
Yeah, here on the 3-day, you can see we've fallen back below this 3-day moving average. Well, I could see us press back up towards maybe 45,000 here. But that would likely be the extent of it. I really think we have more downside here. I want to see at least 35,000, and we could still go off the cliff and end up near 26,000, 23,000, like Jason's looking for.
Yeah, I think the weekly still looks super weak, even with the price action that we had over the weekend. We might get that push to the upside like you're talking about, though, that 45. That would make sense.
You can see there's some interesting volume right down here at 26, 27,000. This order block around 28,000 has already been pushed into several times. We actually might see that one flushed out and just end up at a slightly lower one. Same order block here at 26,000 on Coinbase. Here it is on Bybit. This one's at 27,000. That's actually kind of ugly. So if you look at it this way, we could break this weekly log trend here.
Yep. That would be the ugly.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe we hold 35,000. We bounce up here. It's curious. Ethereum. Let's head on over. Ethereum's currently having a hard time holding $3,000. See, what's this? It's a linear trend. Okay, I have drawn here. It could be a little better. Maybe I should draw it like a log trend. Maybe this makes the most sense. Yeah. Either way, if you look at the chart this way, you can see we just have a massive amount of resistance overhead that we're kind of pushing up into right now, including a point of control overhead. If we can make it over 3,400, if we can make it back over this order block that we were previously eyeing, remember we were looking at this on the weekly. We really needed 34 to hold, and it looked like it might a week and a half ago. But now that we've broken lower, we found a little support here at 2,800. But I see us slowly just plowing through it, heading towards $2,000. And really, if we break down hard on Ethereum, I want to see us. Let's see if we can. What time frame can we see this best on? Maybe it's. They're not showing up very well in any of these. Okay. Either way, what I'm saying is I'm looking at this area right here between like $1,000 and $1,300. See, there was like almost vertical accumulation in this area. We moved up, pushed up, boom, boom, boom. This area has never been retested. If you bought in this area, you've had like an uncontested long the entirety of the bull market. That would be a very interesting area to see swept, right? All these people who bought at like $1,000 Ethereum and never took profits, they're going to be crying in pain, just crying.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I'm definitely a buyer as we approach $1,000 on Ethereum. Again, here's the weekly trend. Actually, I believe this is the 3-day trend. Let's just say that here. Yeah, this is the 3-day log trend right here. Support that we found here on the 3-day, the resistance that we have overhead. The 3-day logarithmic downtrend, as you can see, still very strong overhead. I think it makes sense to look for downside here. Let's go ahead and let's look at the rest of the crypto markets. Bitcoin dominance, still finding support in this area. It's starting to look like our view that the alt markets are gonna crumble harder than Bitcoin. Is that an inverse? Is that an inverted head and shoulders here?
Up at the top.
I don't know if you can. I mean, you can't pattern trade Bitcoin dominance, but generally, when you see something make a higher low like this, you know, crossover our downtrend, crosses over our moving average, makes a higher low here. This is all significant signs of a reversal for I guess a data pattern, what have you. I feel fairly certain here that we're going to continue to see a move upwards on Bitcoin dominance, which most likely means the markets are going to collapse and Bitcoin will fall less hard than the alts do. That's how I would read it in this spot where we are. Like, you look at this and you don't think, oh, this looks strong. You think, oh shit, we just broke really significant support here, right?
Yeah.
And so we confirmed it this past week. Look at this lower high. Look at this. Look, so we move below the daily baseline. Pow. Really strong. We break through support here. We retest it over the weekend. And here we are. Starting to look like we're going to find some significant pullback. Maybe towards 6,000, 60,000, whatever units Uniswap perp is. It sure doesn't look strong here. Support to me is all the way down in this area. I see lots of resistance overhead, but it is true that there are untested order blocks above us that would be kind of interesting. That area look like? Never find this. Order block right up here. Zoom in, enhance. Turn it. That did not work. This is like even harder to see. Oh well. It's like this area. So a little bit of support here, a little bit of resistance in this spot. Yeah, this is an interesting spot. Okay. Yeah, so this area is currently unretested, but we are starting to break below this, the point of control in this area, and still below resistance. I think it's more likely that we see downside. Again, look at this really interesting order block below us. In kind of the same area where we kind of expect to see Bitcoin sweep below its most recent lows and land around 26K. That'd be kind of what we would see here on Dragon Perp if we landed around 1650.
Yep.
DeFi Perp, maybe we could pop up here. We're finding some support on the local point of control, but I think this looks just so much more likely that we're going to get downside.
Big old swing failure.
Yeah. I feel like we kind of already did, repeg this high area. Some sideways upwards, and then maybe a little later this week, markets get the hammer somehow. Privacy perp sure doesn't look strong here, but I will say this, that if I were to look for some support, I think this is not a bad spot to be looking, but we're like not even there yet, right? We haven't like landed in the support area, and I still think it's more likely that we make new lows here. Here you could say we did find a little support in this area, but it's not very strong support. And if you look on higher time frames, it almost looks like we're just, just slowly slicing through this. If we do get a bounce off of this, I would expect us to reject from $10,000 per contract here. Yeah, you can see this order block right here. I think it makes more sense to look for a little bit of pop-up and then some downside. Yeah, look at that. So we're below our 3-day moving average here on SHIB. You can see so far our downtrend is uncontested. For now, it makes sense to look for downside. Guys, I'm a broken record right now. I hope you see, like, we're in an area of support. Yes, we found some support. There is interesting volume above us here on mid-perp. But as long as we're holding this downtrend, I don't want it.
He doesn't like it.
What he said. What Alex of the Past said. So I think we're still looking for this upward movement before the big move down. Okay, so would you say crypto markets are doing bad or good? I guess kind of bad. They're just not great. It's a down day.
Yeah, it's more down than it is. I mean,
okay, so crypto down,
day.
Dollar up. That's how this goes.
Very
Dollar up. Dollar is up 0.1% today, 10 basis points.
Starting to use that old resistance as support.
Perhaps, yeah. For now, we're above the daily baseline. I think it makes sense for us to be expecting more upside here. The 3-day is very interesting. This closes in 5 hours. On the 3-day, it looks like we push down into support, get nowhere, move back up above it.
Bad for crypto.
Oops. Let's fix that. Dow Jones is currently pushing back up into resistance. The 350 here on the DIA contract is just an incredibly important support and resistance level for us at this point. I really don't think that we're going to get over it.
I don't either. I would be shocked.
What was that?
I said I would be shocked if we got bought through.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would be glad to be wrong here. I think that means that it would mean the markets would continue and that we would all make more money. Good times had by all. But that's just not what the TA is showing us here. We rejected from this area 3 times previously, and then we flipped it into support. It really looked like we were going down. You guys will recall I was very bearish. And then we formed this inverse head and shoulders here. We crawled up over support, and we thought, hey, got to be willing to admit when we're wrong in the markets. Let's look along this area. And we were looking for a good spot, and then we broke below the daily baseline, just went straight to hell, and it's just kind of been rather bearish for the last month. This is late August up here.
Yep.
Monthly closes later this week. And we'll be getting a monthly exit signal from time transformation here.
And a hangman on the week, so.
When was the last time we got a monthly sell signal? February of 2020.
February. That's crazy.
Wow. Not bad, time transformation. Not bad. Should have taken this exit signal at the end of February, huh?
Right. Quite the retracement.
Yeah. So, looking back, time transformation has done a pretty good job of showing us where tops are.
And it appears that we're in one of those right now.
Yes. Well, we still have 3 days, has September. All right, 3 days. We still got 3 days. We'll see. NASDAQ. Not as nice. Dow Jones having an update into resistance, but here after we got a gap fill, we opened down today, traded down most of the day. It's kind of back up, but critically, we're still opening in kind of a rough position for the week here. Flows below / inside of the weekly baseline. Got this broken uptrend. We'll see where the Dow Jones goes here. Or excuse me, we'll see where the NASDAQ goes here. S&P looking very similar to the Dow. After a breakdown, creep back up towards resistance. I can't help but feel that we're likely to see downside here, especially with this big cross below this long-term support level and the daily baseline. Overall, not a great look. All right, so with the dollar up and most of the markets down, I imagine that commodities can't be doing that well. Huh. Well, I'm wrong. Okay, well, let's look at this. Oh, so this is just kind of hanging out at support right here for gold. I do not want this. I do not want this spot. We've been down here several times. Boom, 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 boom. At this point, I can't see us getting much of a reaction off of this level. We've already reacted off of this level a few times, right? Here and here, buyers took over. We're right back where we started. It's a log trend. Well, perhaps we can hold this area, but I don't like it, and there's no reason to be taking a long here.
Yep.
Silver, hanging out near the lows. To me, this is below support. I don't want it. Palladium, short of the century, and we saw it coming. I'd be mostly have taken profit on the short by now. I still think we need to bounce up and retest this area.
Wrong buyback.
Platinum, I don't even know. Are we finding resistance here again? Are we going back down? Beats me. Brent crude, complete breakout here. Held the uptrend. Brent crude is going to go parabolic, it looks like. I see much more upside, at least towards $84, $85. Should have taken more profits on the oil short over in this area. Got too confident. Corn breaking out of the downtrend. This is a good long opportunity. So after this breakdown, we come all the way back down to the local point of control. And we break up here. This is good. This right there. Remind us so that once we're right, we can look at it and feel good about ourselves.
Once we're right.
Natural gas.
Going for it.
Wow. After a pullback towards the previous support level, we broke back upwards over $5.50. Next resistance level, $6.33. Where's that line up with in the past? I don't see a level here that makes a lot of sense. I think you should just expect for 650, 680 or something, and just kind of play it by ear at this point. Oh yeah, soybeans looks like a really incredible long setup here. Most likely people have shorted into this pretty hard. Push, 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 push. People shorten, and we don't go anywhere. Pop back up over support. That'll be your sign to take this long, at least back towards the top of the trading range right here.
Point of control.
We just want to wait for the break. Once we get it, that'll be our sign. We looked at this. West Texas Oil doing fantastic. Wheat appears to be holding our uptrend here. Kind of hard to say. I wouldn't do anything with it. Let's look at world markets.
Quite the wick.
I don't know.
on
Last
Australia.
week's candle was pretty strong, wasn't it?
Yep.
It really got bought back up. I think we can expect to move all the way back up towards our weekly moving average. Most likely, we'll retest the highs up here above 7,500. I think this is the area we should be looking towards. I think we're good to go on China. We have definitely found support here. We've got a triple bottom on the previous support, previous multi-year resistance turn support. We've broken the downtrend. We've held this. Guys, you should just get long China somehow. This is a phenomenal chart pattern right here. I do expect to see us move up off these bottoms. I don't know what to say. If you're scared about Evergrande, it looks like you should maybe buy into the fear at this point. This is very interesting looking. Look at this fake out. Ah, beautiful triple bottom. Beautiful. This is our sign. France. I say it's still just testing resistance. I'm looking to still be short France here. Push up in resistance, push, 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 push. We start to break down. No, push up just a little bit more. And then we finish breaking down. Singapore. I think we got to dump this one. I'm going to close this one out roughly at break even. I think we're just slightly underwater on our hypothetical short here on Singapore, but it just doesn't make sense anymore with this particular. We came down and we bottomed out here. We even bottomed out a little on the weekly. Well, I guess we haven't closed it yet. I would be surprised if this entire week was a wick and then we were down here. Hong Kong, not interested in it. I still think it's short in time. I'm just looking to sell into this pump back towards resistance. India, don't question it. Just go along for the ride. Japan broke the uptrend, still at resistance. This is actually probably a good area to look to short from, back towards local point of control. But we don't have a short signal or anything. It's a nice setup here. If there's somewhere you want to be a seller, it's at the top of a range. There's somewhere you want to be a buyer, it's at the bottom of a range, right? The odds are in your favor. That's your edge. Netherlands, previously the strongest, now the weakest out of all the markets. This is definitely going down. You know what? Let's pull the trigger.
Market.
It's actually a great spot to be getting short from with this baseline bounce short.
Yeah. Short in time.
Yeah, it's short time.
Oh.
Taiwan still at resistance. We have whoops. Hold on, let me figure out. There we go. All right. We've gone in extra hard on Taiwan because we're just so sure this chart is just super ugly. Don't believe a word of it, guys. No matter how much it looks like it wants to bounce here, it doesn't. It's just pushing up into resistance before the inevitable decline. Pretty sure. All right. 10-year bonds broke down here.
Took a hammer.
Very bad week for 10-year UK bonds. US bonds broke down. Oh, 2-year. It finally did the thing.
It did the thing.
Yeah. What can I say, guys? Predicting the future in July. It certainly took a while to play out, didn't it?
Yeah. Almost faked you out there.
Yeah. Why did we see so much weakness in the bond market? We didn't see that much strength in stocks. Normally that they're heavily inversely correlated, right?
You had a premonition.
5-year. Oh,
Terrible.
that actually looks really bad here.
Yeah, it does.
Some interesting volume in this spot, but most likely I think we're headed further down here. NASDAQ we looked at. Russell 2000. What are you doing, buddy? This is oddly strong. I mean, this weekly candle just opened, but if we closed anything like this, I would be really questioning our view that the Russell 2000 is going to decline here. Okay, guys, that's enough. Why don't we go ahead and look at chart requests?
Not too many of them today.
Certainly think it's time, but indeed, we don't have too many, so guys, plenty of time remaining and get through the board. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna quickly put them up now. Let's put here we go. First of the day. In fact, maybe begin by reading a couple of comments here. I saw some stuff I wanted to mention from the live chat very briefly. Let's get into it. Lambo Dreams saying getting really bullish on Bitcoin, is bottoming out on dominance and above support on the dollar pairing. The reverse repo increases, also very bullish. All right. Lambo Dreams on DLive thinks there's quite a bullish case for a Bitcoin. Mr. Ether, let's see, that's one of the...
Yeah, I think once, if the market does collapse here in this spot, like I'm thinking, there will be a buying opportunity for Bitcoin especially. I think we would probably see Bitcoin run after the market fell. Alts would probably consolidate for a while. Bitcoin runs, Bitcoin tops out, trades sideways, alts make their final run in spectacular fashion.
Indeed. That is likely what I think is the most likely course forward. Big shout outs to Justin Wise joining us in the live chat, writing Dow Jones, more like Down Jones.
Oh, this guy.
It's very funny.
Oh, we forgot to look at Bentley Crude.
Indeed. B-Flow writes, stop it, Justin. My knee can't take anymore. Feel free to load up the VCO chart in the meantime.
I already looked at it, actually.
All right. In that case,
it's the one that's going parabolic.
All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. I do have a couple more requests coming through. I'll log them now, but for now, let's go ahead and introduce the first request of the day, and it's Axion, any word on DLive. Axion jumped quite a bit over the weekend. I'd like to request AXN.
Sure. So here we go. So unfortunately, there was basically no warning.
Yeah, those are hard to catch.
Yeah, I've actually been watching Axion because I liked this area to be a buyer. But as you can see, for most of September, if you bought, you were just kind of drag screaming downwards. So we missed it.
Can't catch them all.
If you can pick it back up near 13 whateverths of a cent, then I'd be willing to be a buyer again. But I kind of not super fond of this spot right here to be a buyer. So there's nothing we can really do.
All
What's
right.
next?
Well, that was a look at AXN for any word. Big shout outs to you and the winner of last week's Mr. Ether giveaway. Mr. Ether, many luck. You'll be doing more giveaways for top requests, so keep them coming, guys. Still got about 15 minutes left in the show. I'm going to go prepare to open up that DLive chest in a minute, but for now, let's introduce the next request. What do we have here? This is Mr. Ether. He's asking about CELR. What did he write? Mr. Ether writes, should I have shorted CELR Friday night? Okay.
I guess this was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Maybe so. This is certainly an interesting spot to look for a reversal. The 12-hour, it really looks like we've broken the uptrend. I think it's probably not too late if you do want to fade this. Oh, look at the 4-hour.
Yeah, it looks like
and it's just crossing below zero. Wada Atar's falling in love with it. This is actually a great spot to look to be short seller right now. We've even got a lower high on the 4-hour. Look at this right here. Pop, pop, pop. Yeah, this is a beautiful short scalp short opportunity. You know, I wouldn't. It's been very bullish, so I wouldn't try and make this like a home run short. I'd take this opportunity, drop down to like 14 or 12 cents. I'd just go ahead and get out. Good luck. What's next?
Good luck.
Good luck. Indeed. Let's get into the next one. Big shout outs to Mr. Ether for that one. Alright, I'm proceeding to load the chest. Let me introduce the next request. Polly B on DLive wants to look at Tezos.
I decided not to take this one, and seems to have been the right call so far.
Yep. Well, it still looks like crap. You should still not be in it, and people should still get out of their position while they can at resistance, which I have been saying since the beginning of September. That was then, this is now, and it still looks bad. We just made a lower high. So get out.
Get out. You've heard it here. You've heard it here. There's your look at Tezos. Alright, treasure chest has been stocked, guys. Here is your warning. Probably by the time you hear this alert, should be time to hit that prompt on your screen. Gonna open the chest in 30 seconds, introducing the next request. In the meantime, it's toes in the sand on DLive writing. Can I look at PAOI, please? I thought about buying more at 96 cents and should have. Could see this testing $1 again, though. What are your thoughts? All right.
PAOI. But my thoughts are the same as they were before. I think the volume is interesting. Look, this is a fundamentals play, basically, right? I don't know anything about the fundamentals. I think the volume coming in is interesting. And I think you can see that there's been some bullish price action here. But we could always fade back down towards 75 cents. We could break up here. There's nothing super special about the chart, except that when you look at the long term, it certainly looks as if we've like bottomed out here, and there's a whole lot of interesting volume coming in. Beyond that, I don't know. like I said, it could be an interesting fundamentals play. They're like curing cancer with AI or some shit. I don't know. I'm a chart jockey. What's next?
All right. Well, there was your look at POAI. Big shout out to Toes in the Sand for that one. Hopefully that clarifies some of your question. Oh yeah, big giveaway. Big shout outs to Any Word taking in the big first place. 60 plus lemons going to Any Word.
Taking everything.
Crypto Jenny, I know he's robbing us blind at this point. Crypto Jenny coming in second. Shout out to Crypto Jenny with over 38 lemons. Hey, yours truly, 20 plus. David Rice and Polly B taking the 4 and 5 spot. Shout outs to today's big lemon winners. That's the most lemons I could muster for today, guys. We are on lemon rations around here. Yes, severe lemon austerity it is in effect because I've officially deployed the entire CC cache of lemons. Let's go ahead and get to the next request. That was Toes in the Sand. We're going to get to this one for Lambo Dreams. He wants to look at LYXE.
Oh. Well, you know, it looked good earlier today, but not with that wick.
Yeah, that looks like some pressure.
I'll tell you what, if we finish the day over this resistance support level, then I'm like totally down to long this. But if we don't, I would get out. That's what I have to say. If we can close today above what, $25, I guess, it's worth longing. If we close today below $25, don't do it. What's next?
All right, beautiful. That was a look at LYXE, straight into the point. Let's head toward the final parts of the show, guys. Only a request or two left on the board. We have this one from Momochi Petrov. He wants to look at VeChain. All right, VeChain, it is.
It's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Eesh. Look at the weekly baseline there, just playing goalie. I suppose if there's an area that we could bounce from, this is a good area to look for a bounce. But like the rest of the alt markets, I expect more downside. Blah, blah, blah. It looks like every other chart we looked at earlier today. That's all I got to say. What's next?
All right, simple and to the point. And let's get into the last request of the day. What do we have here? Who is it? It's Adam. Adam on YouTube. He says, my plug and Tesla are looking really good, boys. I remember these requests from last week. Let's check in on these as we for the last request of the day. Let's look at plug. Traditional, of course.
I think I went over these, and they both looked good when I looked at them last week.
Apparently going good for Adam.
Plug still looks good. We're still looking for more upside, at least towards 35, ever since we broke the downtrend right here. Tesla currently holding the uptrend. Yeah, we still got more upside. Especially with our break above this resistance level. At this point, I'd probably be looking for a move towards $850. We'll see what happens after we retest the highs. This could be reaccumulation, or this could be just one big sign of weakness after what is already quite a parabolic move. Okay, well, that's all I got to say about Tesla.
All right, that's Tesla. Was that the last request of the day? There's there's some late ones coming across the line. You know what? We still have a few minutes to spare. Let's knock out another request or two. What do you guys say? We have Solana up first for Lambo Dreams. Let's give Solana a very brief look.
We'll probably get a move back up to retest. Not sure. 160, 175, but ultimately I want to see us move down towards like $100.
I would like it too. I've been sitting in that for a while, just haven't quite closed to where I can exit it yet.
What do you mean?
I'm in Sol right now. I'm in a Sol short from last week. It's just been going sideways.
I think today might be the day to look to exit. I don't know. Like, what's your exit signal?
I'll have to wait till close. Closing above the 13.
Oh, we still haven't closed above 13. Okay.
Today might be the day, though.
Yeah, I would just. You're looking for places to short Sol. You're not looking for places to long Sol here. That's all. Yeah. What's next?
All right, that was a last-minute look at Solana. One more. Let's have a look. Oh, Virgin Galactic, I believe. SPCE for Cavano trades. If you have time, looks like it's bottoming around 25.
Maybe. I just don't really see anything that special about it beyond the broken down trend here. Maybe if we get some kind of reaction off the low here, then it would be interesting to take. But until we do, then we just could be like breaking down. Yep.
All right, doesn't sound like a lot more to add. Last request of the day comes from Xavier on YouTube. Hey guys, what do you think of DOT and SHIB as potential shorts? Right. I'll go ahead and guess the answer is likely yes.
Yep, I think DOT looks awful here. Broken up trend. Yada, yada, yada. You guys already know what I think about all the alts. I think this is a particularly good short opportunity here on DOT. Basically a baseline bounce short. A rejection from resistance. And then SHIB, I think you should just leave SHIB alone. Let's look at this real quick. I wouldn't do anything with it in this spot. That you were kind of near support. Like we look like we might have rejected from the highs right here. All we've really done is trade sideways. I would do nothing with SHIB. There's just no reason to touch this right now.
All right. Well, there was a couple of requests making their way late across the line, but it's always a pleasure to knock out every last request of the day. It's good to be back. It's a good way to open Monday. It's good to have Alex back as well. I think we missed him toward the end of last week, but I did enjoy, of course, having Jason holding it down as well. Big shout out to Jason for his analysis late last week.
Yeah, it was fun.
Can't say you weren't wrong. Can't say you weren't wrong, or were wrong, because indeed, I feel like I said at the beginning of the show, your closing statements on Friday pretty much turned out to be the best advice you could have heard anywhere. But that's it, guys. Not much more to add. We are going to go to the wrap. What's your opinion about burning SHIB due to remaining claiming ownership on this 10,000 upcoming NFTs? Oh, renaming / claiming ownership. Oh, is there some kind of
But I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, I don't know how much it's really going to matter. Some kind of SHIB burn to claim. Interesting stuff. Thank you to Xavier as well.
If someone burns a token that no one fucking wants, it's like, good, set it on fire. That's what we want you to do. Right?
Indeed.
It's like, without demand, what does token burning mean? What does it mean?
Bro, we're reducing the supply of a coin that's got 600 million quadrillion max supply. I mean...
Hey guys, this pile of dog shit is super rare. I got rid of all the other dog shits. Don't you want this dog shit?
That's one way to put it. That's one way to put it. All right. Well, SHIB has been properly blasted as we move to the outro. Much love to everybody. Catch us tomorrow for the Tuesday installment of Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. And of course, do check out the premium, premium.cryptocurrency.com, for all your premium offerings over here at CC, including our Pathways to Profits course, proprietary indicator suite, a whole lot more. Highly encourage you to check it out. All right. Use links and, of course, timestamps will be added to the YouTube description shortly after we wrap. So do also check out that. Not much more to add. Peace out, guys. Final words.
Be really cautious this week, guys. I only short things that have short signals and are near tops. For some like Dot here looks like a pretty good short opportunity, but there's other ones that are near their lows right now, and I don't know if now is the time to short them. Just be cautious how you trade here. Don't forget that being flat is a position too.
Yeah, that's something I was going to add. No trade is still a trade.
Yeah, I'm mostly flat, guys. So.
Yep. You just have it sitting in cash waiting to buy the pain that people experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just make sure if you're going to trade that you're position sizing correctly. And like Alex said, look for better setups. Don't look for ones that are already kind of bottoming. There are ones out there that are floating.
Well said. Peace out, everyone. See you on Tuesday.
Goodbye.